Do you have the winter blues? Want to take the camper someplace warmer for a few nights, but worried about what to do when you bring it back? Well, I'm going to show you how easy it is to re-winterize a small camper in just a few simple steps in this episode of Travels with Delaney. All right, let's get started. It's actually really simple. I'm going to start by doing what I do on any normal camping trip. I'm going to go ahead and begin dumping the black tank first, and then I'm going to dump my gray tank after I get done with my black tank. That way that gray water will flush out my hose and clean it nice. Once we get that done, then we're going to proceed to step number 2. The first thing I need to do is finish these tanks. Now that my black and gray tanks are drained, I'm going to do the next, which is disconnect my fresh water hose. Now, make sure you really drain your fresh water hose so that you don't leave any water in it and it freezes on your trip back home if you're headed back to the north like us. So I'm going to go ahead and get this line cleaned out, put it away, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, now we've got our black and gray drained, we have our water disconnected. Now we're going to go ahead and drain our fresh water tank. We're going to do that with one simple valve under the trailer, and then we're going to do the bypass and we're going to do our low point drains. What I love about this TaB 400 is everything we need is right here in this cabinet except for one valve. If you own a TaB 400, your fresh water valve is right here by your tire, and it's just a metal valve that you turn and we're draining. Our bypass valve for our water heater is this big red switch. Hopefully you can see that, and all you do, it says normal is in the parallel, bypass perpendicular. That's how simple it is to bypass your water heater. And then your 3 low point drains are right here, easy to get to. I'm just going to go ahead and open those up. And now the draining process is beginning. So once I get all the water lines, we'll go inside and I'll show you how to put antifreeze into your system if you want to. Now, some people may choose not to use the antifreeze and instead use a small air compressor and blow out their lines. I'm going to just go ahead and use the antifreeze. It takes about 1 gallon to do this particular trailer. So we'll go ahead and let this drain and I'll meet you. All right, now that our lines have stopped running, one of the things you want to make sure you do is close those low point valves, because if you don't, once you start pumping your pink fluid, it's just going to run right back out. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those. Remember, they're open when they're parallel with the line. They're closed when they're perpendicular to the line. So there we go. We still have our bypass. We want to leave that on. I'm going to close this up and let's go inside and start running some antifreeze through. Okay, now we're inside the TaB 400. This is in your wardrobe. And right below, you're gonna find your water pump, which is right here. I have actually purchased this winterization kit. It's basically just this valve that you install, real easy, just unscrew your water line, screw the valve in, and then this is gonna be the hose that we're going to use to pump right from our gallon of antifreeze. The only thing we'll need to do is currently, you'll see that, and you may not be able to see because it's kind of dark down in here, but we have it parallel that's letting the water run through. So what I'm going to do is bypass from that fresh water tank, and now we're parallel with the line that we're going to use to pump our antifreeze. So let's go ahead and get that jug of antifreeze. Okay, so I just set the jug of antifreeze right down on the floor, and then I took my hose, stuck it right in, and now we're ready to go ahead and we're going to flip on the water pump and go around and do each faucet one at a time. Okay, Patty, can you go ahead and turn the pump on? And it's right there on the switch panel. Good. And now we are ready, and I'm going to do this real slow because there may be air in the line. Go. Seeing pink. I'm going to go up here to the hot side and do the same thing. Okay, looks good in pink. So now our kitchen is done. Okay, we're in the bathroom. Got good pink there on the cold, and then we go up here to the hot. Okay. Don't forget, you also want to do your toilet. So, okay, we got good pink on the toilet. And can't forget, we need to do the shower. So, okay, we're good. Okay, and the one that I sometimes forget, and you don't want to forget, is if you have an outdoor shower, make sure you also run your antifreeze through it. Okay, now I'm just going to use the pink fluid I have left, put some down in all the drains. Since I have a little left over, I'm going to do that in all the drains, and we're going to be done. So we had a nice weekend camping trip down here in Tennessee. We were re-winterized, and now we're ready to take our trailer back north until our next trip. So with a small camper, don't be afraid to take it out in the winter for those short trips, and then just re-winterize it when you're ready to put it back in storage. Until next time, we'll see everybody on down the road. Good night.
I can hear the